Hello. So I'm inside my room, but I'm actually opening the balcony because it's kind of thunderstormy. So I think there's a thunderstorm going to happen soon. And I don't want to be sitting outside. Also, I'm wearing my foundation today, but you still can see, like the hyperpigmentation. Oh my god, the lightning is so scary. So I went outside today to Hurstville to do grocery shopping, but I was so overwhelmed with everything. Like the light was so bright, the sky was just so bright, and it was so humid and so loud. And at one point, I could hear a baby crying, and it wasn't just a cry like a usual baby cry, but it was like a cry because uh, their caregiver, which was like a grandmother, was basically talking to her friends, like her other grandmother friends. So I think the baby was trying to get their attention, but they're not giving it. Usually, I quite like baby screaming, like not in a cruel way, but it's just a way to show the world, right? Like, I'm still here, I'm still alive. So it's good because it means like they're healthy. It's just not, it means like they haven't shut down yet, like me. But yeah, also this thunderstorm that is happening right in front of me. Oh, it started to rain now. It started to rain. I have my windows open. I don't know if this is a good idea because the water is gonna the rain is gonna start to come in. And I realized like, oh, I have been sheltering myself from the world so much that I couldn't even cope with uh 1 hour worth of just being outside. And I realized like usually when I'm outside, even though I'm so overwhelmed, I don't really feel the breath of the full overwhelmment because I usually would vlog. So there is a kind of like a direction, like a focus of activities. Usually what's happening is like, yes, I'm also looking, I'm also trying to buy something, but I'm usually have like this point where I'm just using my phone so I can point it to somewhere as a focus point so I can record. So I think that activity being removed from today's outing was the barrier that was preventing me from having a meltdown from being overwhelmed by my situation. Oh my god, it is so intense, the thunderstorm. Um and I just came home and I just felt like, oh, I just wanted to cry because I was so overwhelmed. And I realized like, oh, how am I going to live? I'm gonna need to close the door now because it's really raining really bad. But I also want to watch. So it's let me show you. So it's raining. I don't think you can see it, but it's definitely raining cats and dogs now, and it's still warm. Like the weather is so yucky. I feel like I wanted to express what I feel, but at the same time, I am fully aware that when I express my world and my feelings, it just feels like I'm complaining and I am like, sometimes when you say what you wanted to say, people would come to you and say, oh, other people have it worse, you should be grateful for what you have, which is annoying when people do that. But I used to do it, so I definitely understand where they're coming from, and I also can see like when people, complain, and then they have like maybe like such a privileged life, and I would say like, oh, I can't really relate to your pain because all I can see is how privileged you are. um, and I think like, you also have to take that into account. If you see other people like that, then other people can probably see you like that too, under the same light but different circumstances. So I get that in one point, but at the same time, you don't want to edit yourself too much, and you don't want to suppress and repress. Wow, it's currently like a full on thunderstorm outside right now. Like visibility level is zero. All I can see is just a tree in front of me. The rest is gone under the storm. Welcome to Sydney. Well, within 6 minutes, zero visibility. No, but I was just wondering, like, what am I going to do? I have been applying for jobs for the past month or so, like quite intensely. Well, maybe not the past few days, but because I hit a point where I've been doing it every day for the past month that I think I'm burned out, because I was doing it from the moment I open my eyes to the moment I fall asleep, basically at 3 in the morning, and I was open my eyes usually about around 9, 8, usually around 8 a.m. So of course, like in between, I would vlog and I would eat, I would cook and everything. But like every single moment where I don't particularly have a lot of like activities, I do that. And I think I'm burnt out. And at the same time, now I have to think about the actual consequences of applying for jobs, and actually thinking, do I really have the capacity to actually have a job? Like, especially after today's incident, I'm thinking, I can't even be outside for an hour. Let's say, what am I going to do for like a whole day, and 9 hours, 10 hours in the office 5 days a week? That's a lot. And my body don't think it would be able to take it. Like, I was having huge headache today just because my brain was so overwhelmed with a lot of sensory uh, overload. My nervous system couldn't take it. Like, I kept forgetting that I am autistic. I kept forgetting that sometimes it's not actually about the task at hand, it's more about like the environment to which it's not designed for you. And even after knowing this for a long time, I keep forgetting that fact, and I still don't know how to navigate it properly. I mean, like, you can't really ask your employer if I got lucky to be hired, to have all these accommodations for a new person. Like, that's not okay. Sure, if you've been for the company for 5 years, 10 years, like, you're not a stranger as much, even though that at the same time you also can't think that way, because it's a transaction. Like, you can always get fired at any time. And today I saw a TikTok video also, and I got swept up with this video about this girl who basically transitioned during for like within 9 years from 55K to 185K a year. And I wish like I have that kind of nervous system and that kind of methodolo- meth- meth- methodology to do it step by step, being able to map it out really carefully and know what they're doing. I feel like my nervous system is always trying to sabotage me. No, I don't think that's a fair. Uh, I don't think that's a fair statement. I feel my nervous system isn't able to fully support me in a way that I needed it to be supported. And possibly it's because I haven't really properly healed it the way that I need to heal it as well. So I will take responsibility for that. But I don't know how to properly and holistically heal it. I've been trying not to do anything this year. That's my attempt, basically. Like, if you watch like my vlogs from last year in my main channel, you would know that I was doing a lot of graphic things last year. I dropped that this year because that was really burning me out. And I dropped the YouTube thing from, every day, 5 days a week, to like a few times a week. And, with this, it's not a lot of work, like with just talking. Um, like I can do it when I want to do it, and I don't have to do it, and I don't talk. So it's a lot easier in a way to manage. But with the regular just b-roll vlogging, meaning like you just record your everyday whatever it is that you're doing, whatever is the situation is, like it's raining right now, so you record the raining um scene and stuff. Those actually, it takes less energy because I don't have to talk, but it takes more energy in the sense that your brain is constantly scanning and constantly thinking and constantly like putting together of what needs to be written in the video, because like the actual visual is very boring. It's just me, ooh, a lot of lightning is now, it's gonna be like loud thunder following. Should be. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is, the thunder. And so like the visual itself is very short and I don't have to talk. So in that sense, it's more sustainable to record and to produce silent vlog. But at the same time, it takes like lower grade, longer and wider attention spans and energy as well. So I try to just not do it the way I did it, because the way I did it was like every single day is a deadline, as soon as the day finishes, it's a deadline. You have to upload it. And it was really bad because, you don't want to people to know like what you do for that day as well. Like there's also a sense of, oh my god, I saw you today, maybe in the city somewhere, and it's just too, maybe just too close to my nervous system to process and stuff, which is okay. Like now I'm okay, kind of like I had that experience last month, I think last month, where a lady approached me and basically saying, oh, keep up the good work, like in a grocery store in Chatswood. Like that was like my first ever encounter of someone who watched my video and basically met face to face. Like it was such a surreal video. Like I got goosebumps when I met her and stuff. Um, it was a weird week that week. But ooh, another one. Um, but I didn't feel anxious or anything. So I think like now, if that happens again, I don't think I would freak out at all. So my nervous system in a way is so much better compared to last year. But even now, with the nervous system being very like improved compared to last year, is nowhere near the capacity of a normal person to cope with day-to-day activities. So I'm like trying to rack my brain in how to come up with, full-time income money without actually working or being employed again. And I'm running out of ideas because my brain is fried, basically. It doesn't really have the capacity to think now, to think about new things. And every time I try to learn something, it just doesn't want to focus. And I'm having problem with that too. So the goal for this year was basically to rest, because I was just hitting so much. dead end, to be honest. It was just too many dead ends. I just kept going in circles, and I also could feel it like this time around too. I'm being presented with the same problem again, and it just doesn't go away. And I don't know if there is a bleep. That's basically the thunder just like hitting it, and probably the electromagnetic is just like spreading in the air. Maybe, I don't know. I'm making things up, but I'm basically just watching the thunderstorm right now. I don't know if the mic picks up on the thunder. Oh. I love thunderstorm when I'm inside. I don't like it when I'm outside. But today at W Cosmetics in Hurstville, there is this lady that basically brought all the things that she bought last time, like lipstick or like lip gloss or whatever, and she said she wanted to exchange it. And I could see and hear all of these Asian girls were just like, oh, are they open to like trying to rack their brains to say no, which is probably they're not really being trained to say no as a culture. But yeah, it was really interesting. And this lady just kept pushing and just like, oh, it's just like very chaotic energy. She was there with her daughter, and I don't know how her daughter basically sees the whole interaction. Well, it was weird. No, that's the down low of what happening today. Today I tried to make meatballs again, but I failed again. The meatballs is not really coming together well. Oh, that's a huge thunder. I'm scared of this thunderstorm, but at the same time, I'm really, really fascinated. I'm like really scared of this thunderstorm right now. But this is Sydney, and this is spring, kind of like summer season is supposedly wet season. Like in the tropic just above us, which is the Indonesia, Malay, and Singapore area, and Papua New Guinea, is like from July to December is wet season. So it's supposedly like storm season. So this is kind of in line with that. Um, I know like we are really down south a little bit. Like we are not even near the equator because we get four seasons in Sydney, more or less. But it's still, I think, because we are part of the region, I think we still do get wet season, kind of. Oh, should we just like make this make this kind of videos more like tea time rather than unfiltered thought? Like tea time, this is a time where you just kind of hang out for a little bit, not chat about anything serious. Just have like a random hour here and there and just chat about nothing in the background for company. Made by the lonely for the lonely to feel less lonely. But of course, like loneliness doesn't really go away just because you're surrounded by people. That's not how it goes. Today, I see a lot of older women. Like, of course, like, it's what today is Monday, and I went to the mall around 2 o'clock, so the kids haven't come out yet from school. So it was basically all just older ladies there. So I was like one of them basically. And I get to see like, oh, is this my future? Am I just gonna be really old and wander the mall by myself again for the next 30, 40 years? Is this my life? And it just feels really sad. And even when I want to learn something new, like that, I saw a video on, that video, that girl that I just said, that I just talked to you about, which was like the girl that went from 55K to 185K in 9 years. She basically pivoted her career to line one operation management risk career. So it's a risk career. Basically, it's a risk management career, and I looked it up. Yeah, it is very attractive. It can go up to 200K a year in Australia. And it's basically, from what I saw from all the information online, a little bit here and there, you don't even need to get a bachelor to go there, but there you do need a lot of experience even to get into the diploma or like certificates. So you do need to get like some certificates happening. And I was like considering, like when I was down in this rabbit hole, I was like considering in my head like, oh, maybe we can apply for a certificate and study it. It was like, I don't know, my brain was just trying to come up with a plan, a map, so that I can kind of take steps to get there, and to kind of just be as at least like a player in this very attractive and lucrative industry. And um I don't know why that is so. Why am I so saturated? So I was like so in this down this rabbit hole a lot, and I was like something exploded. The thunder. The rain stops, though. The storm has eased. The thunder has not. The lightning just keeps coming. We're gonna have another big one. Anyway, I'm waiting for the thunder to explode. Oh, there it is. Kind of. It was a rumble. Is that why I've been having headaches today? It's like the charge is so, like, it's so much, like the electrical magnetic charge is so much in the air. Um, so I was down this rabbit hole of like, okay, maybe I should try this. Like maybe it's worth it to go down this path. And then my brain kind of froze for a little bit and thinking, what are you doing? Like you can't even figure out how to get into this program. And you don't even know how long it is. It's just like a bunch of information that you couldn't figure out how to do. You want to actually do it. I think like when I see the actual courses, it wasn't as difficult. It was just like a lot of jargons that I have to learn, of course. Like I'm still don't know what it is. But I think, I don't know, I think somehow after I read about it, I just talked myself out of it. Like, oh, like the idea of studying again really makes me feel so ill. But what am I going to do with my life? I'm almost 42 now. And the youth has passed me, and I have gone through my own trials, which was like a lot of health issues, family issues, 100% money issues. But I don't really feel like I have labor fruits from my labor, kind of, or fruits from my suffering. I don't feel like I have that. It's just I exist now, and I have less headache. Not not that I don't have headaches. I just have less headaches. I have some tools to help me with my anxiety and depression. I have some tools to help me with, I have my EMDR buzzers, I have my um, affirmation sometimes, even bilateral stimulation like that. I have my weighted plushie, which is very helpful, apparently, which I never knew that was could be really helpful. It is very helpful. If you're neurodivergent, you really need to have a weighted plushie. If you don't have a weighted plushie, just grab something that is really heavy, like and put it in your chest. Like if you have like 5 kilogram of rice, just hug it and like carry it for a little bit, and when you fall asleep just put it on top of you so that your body thinks, oh, it can relax a bit. Oh, that I found out by accident. And right now I'm just not believing anymore that happiness is a possibility. I'm not believing that I could make a lot of money. I'm no longer believing that. Of course, like this one is probably something that I probably should have stopped believing when I was younger, which was no one's gonna come and save me. It's not sad, they're just realization now. They're just like acceptance, maybe. Like before, I couldn't really accept them because I'm opening this, like, the rain stopped. I couldn't accept them before because I think I was just too weak, like too fragile to do it, because everything is just so high staked. It felt like it was so high stake, like every single movement felt like it was a life and death situation. There is a little bit of room to move these days in my nervous system capacity, I think. I feel like I shouldn't be worried because I don't know. I think I'm starting to understand just a little bit of what the spiritual teachings that I used to read, the literature that I used to read. I'm starting to understand what they mean, which is like life is not meant to be a struggle. Like, yeah, of course, there's some kind of pain involved. That's not like an avoidable thing. But suffering is unnecessary. Like before, I couldn't understand it. And then when I was going through suffering, I feel like F that, that's really such a lie. But now I feel like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. Like nothing is permanent in the sense, like you just sometimes have to tough it out to get through from that intense moment, that intense period or whatever, or intense feeling, until it's no longer intense, until it's no longer new, or it's no longer relevant. Like, and you just have to keep living, you just have to keep breathing, and hopefully change comes when that happens. And also the flip side is also there is also other things that will never come to you if you don't change. So these two paradoxes exist, and I feel like I am wiser, but it doesn't make me it doesn't give me any advantages in my life at all. I was like trying to think, what can I do? Should I offer consulting services? What am I able to consult with? What is the teaching that I want to impart? The teaching is nothing is permanent. You just have to keep on living and see how it changes you. Like there are some governments out there right now in the region, in the world, that they never thought probably, like, the people in that country, for example, would ever receive help from their government. And then suddenly new people come in and they want to change country, and suddenly they're changing the way the government works just a little bit, maybe in the local area, and suddenly someone somewhere that thought that they would never ever get helped suddenly get helped and their life improved. And that only happened because they kept on living. And I'm not saying like you should wait for your help to arrive, for your life to be changed by another person. Of course, like nothing beats this the idea of self advocacy or self um, agency in a lot of ways. Like, yeah, of course, you also have to help yourself so that other people are probably much more willing to help you. There's no doubt about that for sure. But you also have to consider some people that are so beaten down, like me, like so traumatized, like me, even though from the outside, like normal things just happened to them, but their nervous system just couldn't handle it, like me, and they need help, maybe. So I don't know. My life is just very confusing. It's like I know I'm improved somehow, but I know I'm not improved enough to be anywhere near normal. I don't have the answer. I feel like when I was younger, I could believe like I could be like PewDiePie, maybe not to the extent of that level of success, but like the idea was to do everything by himself because that's what he did, I think, or at least that's what he told everyone he did, which was like he was just a one man person, like it's just him and the game and the monitor and like the mic, right, like and the camera. So it's just him doing all of that, like generating the income on YouTube and doing it day in and day out and playing games for like 8, 7, or 11 hours a day every day just to gain that momentum and to gain traction. But I never really gained traction. Last year I did 5 days a week and I only gained like 2,000 people, kind of, no, maybe 1,500 people, 1,500 subscribers. And I don't think they're all watching now. They just like left probably. I only hit like 300 views these days on my main channel. So my main channel is really, really small. So it's not big at all. Um, and I'm just using this channel just to have someone to talk to, or like so I can talk to the camera, so I can pretend that I'm talking to someone or a therapist. I don't want to go back to the therapist because it doesn't really feel like I was making progress with him. I can get a new therapist, but the process seems very overwhelming as well. The point is, I think I need help, but I don't know. But the process to get help is very overwhelming. So I don't know what to do in that regard. I mean, I need to do that, but I don't know. What do you think I need to do? Actually, no, I don't want your input in the sense that I don't want it to. I can share my what I've done, but I don't think I should be taking other strangers' input into my life without you guys knowing actually what's like how my nervous system operates. Anyway, maybe that's it for today's rant. I think that should suffice. See you in the next video.